I'm on a date tonight, so I'll have to just up it good. No, I'll just do it in front of her. Shouldn't
He's kept going. He's scored! Oh, Stockport pressure. And the header into the superb goal. Chelsea did it. Lisa! Rose tries to get the ball in.
It's a five-star performance from Stockport County.
All right, we got a small house, but we got a big bloody heart, I tell you.
Hello and welcome once again to yet another episode of SK3 TV, the show for the thinking county fan. As long as what the thinking county fan is thinking is, oh, I'm going to go off on holiday and leave Nick to contend with everything, including the trauma of going top of the league. More on that later. Yes, I'm Nick, and of course Hannah is away on holiday and she's sorted out a variety of 3 guest hosts for me. We had Dave Philbin last week. I think I've already worked out who I've got on tonight just from seeing the picture, but we'll get on to him or Shim. We'll get on to them in a minute. But first, we will nail a bit of admin, even though Hannah's not here to do it. We still have to contractually do it, so we'll do it now. Yes, we are, of course, very proudly sponsored by Blackbird Kitchen on the pans at Gorilla Manchester, on the grills at Impossible Manchester, and on the fryers at Lens Chippy Droylsden. Don't forget to like, rate, review, subscribe, do the thumbs up. There's some fancy thing that I'm sure a hype thing on YouTube that apparently does something. I don't know, but apparently it's very important. Our 77th episode dropped last week, which is an audio-only special where I chatted to Robin Richards, county fan of note, Dutch Uncle's bass player of note, Dutch Uncle's founder of note, musician, composer, thinker, man. I chatted to him at Stockport Gin for about half an hour, and that is out on Spotify and all good and some mediocre podcast players as well. Right, without further ado, I think it's time. My guest is in the green room wearing a mask. The video readers are going to get a treat right after this. Here we go. Hello, mystery caller.
Hello, how are you doing?
That's more of the voice that I expected from Vernon Bear than from Steve Bellis, but we'll take it. I'm gonna guess who it. This is gonna be really embarrassing if I guess wrong now, because then it'll be like, oh, you wanted that person over me all along. I think that's Mr. Dan Malt we've got under there. Ooh, single man, you reveal yourself. Hey, there he is! Brilliant. How are we doing?
Thank God for that. That was uncomfortable under there.
It's not nice having to keep a secret, is it?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not when it's someone you like who's affected by it.
Not
me. Hannah, I mean.
Yeah, well. You could see about my bald head over the top of it, and I'm there trying to squeeze my head around it, and I'm like, oh, God. It's not
Well, I had the same problem with Philbin and his Vernon Bear mask last week, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. How was your weekend, and how was it coming to terms with not having a game on Saturday?
It's not great, is it? Never having a county fixture. Although saying I didn't have a county fixture, I actually went to watch the ladies' game in the first round of the FA Cup.
Excellent.
County ladies also drew Tranmere actually, and played up at Stockport Sports Village. And had a convincing win. They're playing really well at the moment. So yeah, I did that. That sort of got me football fix out of the way.
Excellent. That's good. I just couldn't come to terms with it at all. It was weird. I had like my bets on all the other games on Saturday, but there was just something missing. It was just.
Yeah, it's not the same when County are playing, is it?
No, it's not. So, bro, before we get on to specific stuff, so broadly, I'm going to ask you two questions here. One, what's your favourite thing about County as of this moment? What are you enjoying the most this season? It can be on the pitch, it can be off the pitch, doesn't matter.
Very hard to pick one thing, isn't it? I suppose my favourite thing is the fact that the fans, that's probably me included, well, we've not played great football at most of the season. And here we are talking about County going top last night. So, if that's not playing great football and not doing well, then I'll take that every day of the week.
Yep, I mean, up until... I've actually made an effort to watch more games from our league this year. And so I must have seen every team at least once or twice. And there's not one from, whether it's when they've played against us or playing other games, I've not been overly impressed by anyone. Cardiff seemed to be very similar to us, just picking up results despite not being great. So I genuinely think it's there for the taking this year.
Yeah, it's very open, isn't it? Very open. I mean, someone else could go top by the time we finish tonight, isn't it? So
I can confirm we are still top. So we'll be wrapping up dead on 9 o'clock tonight, because I've got to order my tea from Chickadee's in Cheadle, and it's a very narrow window. They close at 10, and it says it's an hour for delivery. So I need to be on it straight on 9. It's a bloody nightmare. It's really tough at the top sometimes, People think it's all sunshine and rainbows doing a podcast.
Well, it's not as easy as they think, is it? Obviously.
No. Well, no, I'd say it's easy. It's just
How do I
still
change my
stressful.
name now? Let me get rid of this. There we go.
There you go, yeah, just pop your mouse in there. Very good. When I saw Steve Bellish, I thought that's a Dan Malt creation. If anything was. That was what swung it. I think I've got an almost autistic knowledge of the backdrops of anyone who I've ever done a podcast with. I just know what everyone's houses look like.
I'm actually at work, so I wasn't in this room. You'd have definitely known my room that I did my podcast in, because there's like a Christmas tree and a bed and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
but Philbin last week, I knew as soon as I saw the wall behind him. I was like, yeah, that's. I think he was disappointed, but it's fine. What? Well, before we get on to Port Vale, actually, because I mean that's the main event here, Port Vale, because that was genuinely really enjoyed that. We'll start though with there was a nice little. I know I'm one of the ones who's been critical of how the club do certain marketing things and stuff like that, but the whole slow reveal for the 90s reigns, for the County Classics reigns last week, no notes whatsoever. Maybe it's because it's 90s. If you've slapped 1996 on something, I'm all over it.
Yeah. It was great. I mean, I've seen a couple of people say they don't like the new retro kit. I absolutely love it. Like you say, the actual reveal of it, I loved. I went to pick mine up actually today, and I don't know if you know, but the desk that they had in the sort of the advertising actually set up in the store. So it's great. And some of the
really cool
wear and things, the casual wear around it's pretty decent as well.
Yeah, it does seem like there's almost something for everyone, and I'd say it comes across very affordable. I think at first glance, there's something at all price points. I think for
yeah. I did look at I don't know, like some kind of tracksuit top. Saw it was £70 and I had a rethink.
Well, it's a good job it all sold out so quick, because I went down to pick Port Vale tickets up on Monday morning, and I knew I was going to gravitate towards the shop, so it was probably for the best that it was all sold out, because it would have been damaging. I don't even like the badge either. I really don't like that. I never liked it on the shirts first time round.
No.
But still, I'm still tempted by a cagoule.
Yeah.
I'm just becoming a cagoule guy now.
Yeah,
it's because I didn't go to see Oasis and get it out my system. If I'd gone to see Oasis and got the cagoule thing out my system, they'd be fine. I'd be wearing normal coats. But
well, I think me and you are the only two around in the 90s and early 90s who haven't been to see Oasis recently.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going next year, because even though everyone will be over it by then, just at least I've gone then. At least in years to come, people say, "Did you go?" I'll say, "Yes, I did." And they say, "Why?" I'll say, "I don't know. I don't know why I went. I wish I'd gone to see Pulp instead." Yeah. Force of habit. Right. What I think we should do is crack on talking all things what are about Vale. What was your experience in the match last night? Were you there? Was it telling? Were you a watch partyer?
No, I went down or up or whatever it is. Let me think. Up to Port Vale, and yeah, drove with Emma, and we met Kate and Rick Pennington. And Rick's son Leo, I think it was. And yeah, we had a really good time. When we got to the game, pre-game, we decided we'd get a little bite to eat. And one of the new items on the McDonald's menu that I've not tried is the...
Now you're talking my language, baby. Let's go.
The pineapple chicken burger. And I thought, that's a bit of me, that. I'm going to try that. So we got it. We drove then to park up, because we were a little bit early. We parked up, make sure we got space near the ground. Got ready to tuck into my pineapple chicken burger, and there was no chicken on it. It was just pineapple.
Pineapple sandwich.
Pineapple butty, yeah. So that was somewhat devastating start to the night, to be quite honest with you.
I mean, somewhat devastating is like the understatement of the year. That would have sent me over the edge. That would have sent me into like a mental health crisis.
Yeah, I mean,
I would not be coming back from.
You'd cry, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's truly imagine that had happened and we'd lost.
Well, I know. I mean, you could understand maybe forgetting lettuce, forgetting a bit of, maybe even forgetting the pineapple, but forgetting the bit of chicken. That's what the burger is. I mean. Unbelievable. Oh,
well, you're taking it a lot better than I would have done, to be honest. I'd have missed the game because I'd be going back complaining.
That was that. We then walked to try and find the away end. We walked all the way around the ground, realised I'd left my phone in the car, and walked literally 1 minute down a path to where my car was parked, so we didn't have to walk all the way around, which we didn't realise at first. But then, obviously, yeah, the game started, and it was... what a game, to be honest. What a first half, I suppose.
Yeah. It's a weird one, because on the face of it, I think I tweeted at half-time saying the first half was flawless. And I think I was wrong there, because that was not as... We didn't play as well as we did in the first half against Bradford, that's for sure. I mean, that's still the pinnacle for me. Yeah. But it's a weird one. I don't understand what it is with Port Vale, because on paper, they've got a good squad of players. If we were playing someone half decent last night, that could have been 7-6.
They certainly had a lot of chances. I mean, Croasdale should have scored twice. There's no two ways
about it. That's Agent Croasdale.
Yeah. I mean, at one point right at the start, it looked like he was playing up front. It was bizarre to me.
Yeah, because he's done that a fair bit. Because when Fylde knocked us out of the FA Trophy in the semi-final, I think he scored the winner at Edgeley Park, and that was in that sort of position. And then he did it that game, that 8-0 win against Sutton. Like, Challoner played him in that sort of position, and he scored 2. So I think he's always had it in him, but that seems to be what Vale have been doing. Like, he'd been dropped up until yesterday, and then came back in as captain as well. But yeah, it did... I think the first chance of the game fell to him as well.
Yeah, I think it was a header. He sort of ran in, posted our defence. And no two bones about it, he should have put it in. Lucky then to... I think that was that before we'd scored? I think it was, yeah.
Yes, it was, yeah. Yeah, it's fairly early on there.
I then went and got a cup of coffee, and lo and behold, obviously, as I'm getting a cup of coffee, luckily I did hear the sort of coming on. Managed to sort of put my head round and saw it as Nathan Lowe was leaping up in the air, Danmol style, and heading it into the net. So yeah, that was a cracker. So yeah, pleased for Nathan Lowe, to be honest. You know, not too sure he's the striker that we needed when we signed him, but you know, he scores goals. There's no two ways about it. Given chances, and you know, great for him. Great for County at the end of the day. If he can bang them in, if we can get Barrow scoring, you know, competition up there's starting to look good. You know.
Yeah, it's. I mean, as recent as about 2 weeks ago, I think it was generally accepted that Lowe would probably be off back to Stoke in January. And now, I mean, I was one of them, to be honest. Like you said, probably wasn't what we needed in terms of signing. I think we could have done with a striker with a bit of pace, and seeing how I went on the Port Vale message board today, and I mean, we're all used to Ollie Norwood being the name that opposition fans talk about after a game. Every single week, it's that's the type of player we need. But Jack Diamond got a lot of praise from the Vale fans last night.
Well,
just couldn't
he
handle him.
pieces several times. Just like butter through a knife through a butter. He was decent. Yeah. I mean, they all played well. But Odin Bailey, what can you say about him? He's a different person altogether. This season seems to be, and he's another one that quite likely could have been off if we didn't have some of the injuries that we had, and get his chance. And he's taken it with both hands. Fair play to him. He's one of the first names on the team sheet now, surely at the moment. So
yeah, very much so. It's genuinely looking at Lewis Bate and thinking, well, something's going to have to happen between now and February or whenever he's back fully fit. Just for him to get in. Same with Moxon, Camps as well with a nice cameo last night. But yeah, it's actually. I mean, we've got Bate, Eden, and Hoskonen haven't played a second for us yet.
Yeah,
that's three of the big signings on paper, which is genuinely pretty terrifying.
I know. Well, I think Eden play in the first game and got injured.
No, because we had Dodson left back.
Was it a friendly? It a friendly?
It was one of the friendlies he got injured in. Yeah, which is very us.
I mean, that's a strange one. Again, it just shows we've got strength all throughout the throughout the midfield. Certainly, as we've just said, but certainly at centre half where we've got sort of Pye. Connolly's doing a great job filling in. Aliu has been decent. Brad Hill's to come into that, and then obviously a Finnish international who hasn't even kicked a ball for us yet. So things are looking good.
If I hadn't seen him scoring for Finland against England, I wouldn't be convinced he's a footballer. I just thought it was like some good vibes initiative. Like, just get him like knocking on people's doors and saying, "Do you want to come down for a photo?" Because I think of all the players to have like knocking on my door to offer me some sort of freebie from County, I think he'd be up there. He's got just what you know when you get a cold caller and you're immediately on the back foot. But I think if he knocks, I'd be like, "Oh, you're right, mate. Yeah, come on in. Yeah, straight away. It's no messing." But yeah, it'd be very exciting to see him back. It's just genuinely. This whole thing of it's a nice problem to have. It mustn't be a nice problem to have for it. It must be a horrible problem to have.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, what would you rather have? You'd rather have too many than too few, I suppose. At the end of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's we've got a lot of good players, and who would you leave out? Even Connolly for me when he's stepping in, he's doing a decent job. So yeah, it's an interesting one. There's some good players that aren't going to be getting even on the bench at some stage when they're all back fit, if they're ever all back fit. So
that's you just know someone else will be out as soon as we get all of it. I've just resigned myself. I don't think I'm ever going to see a County full strength 11 ever.
No.
Just it's not going to happen again.
Well,
I'm fine with it. if we keep winning like we have been, then I'm completely fine with it. It's all right. And in someone who should be mentioned in relation to the first goal, Tyler Onyango, because that signing rumbled on all summer. No one, I think a lot of people could see how it'd make sense, but in my wildest dreams, I did not think he'd become an integral part of the side.
No,
especially at right wing back as well.
In saying that, it's where he played in Pinatar, and for me, he was our best player in Pinatar at that game we played.
Yeah.
He played.
That's why he played for Everton as well. He played against United in America for Everton, and he played right wing back then as well. Yeah, so it must be the way they see him going.
Yeah, and although he's not probably the typical shape of a right wing back, perhaps, or maybe his attributes aren't all there for it. Well, maybe he has got the attributes of a right wing back, but he's got others as well that could be utilised elsewhere. He gets down well, he runs through the ball well, and he can swing a ball in. So,
Well, that's it, because Challoner did. I think it was about a week ago. He won a Challoner's interviews, and he said like Onyango's not where we want him to be in terms of delivering the ball into the box. And then within a week, he goes and it's not like that was the only ball he put into the box. There was a couple last night, and I think it must be really off-putting for the opposition fullback having him running, because he's 6'5", which is not. That's not a height you should be having at wing back traditionally.
No.
So on top of everything he offers, both defensively and attacking wise, you've also got the potential for, if we're putting crosses in from the left and he's arriving. If you think back to that Southam Hales header against Birmingham last season, that's the type of thing Onyango could end up doing 3 or 4 times a game with that sort of height. It just feels like once again we kind of stumble upon new options through necessity, and I'm all for it because you need a bit of luck.
Well, I mean, like we've just said, we've got great depth at centre half when they're all fit. We've got great depth in the middle of the park when they're all fit, and there are 2 other positions he could play if and when needed. But he's doing the job that he's there to do at the moment, and long may it continue.
Yeah, there's not a single player I can pick out at the moment. I mean, of the players who we're playing anyway, there's not a single one you'd pick out and think, yeah, we need better than him. Everyone's, even the subs now are coming on and actually affecting the game. Whereas a few weeks ago we were bringing on the subs and getting worse. They're actually all contributing now. Didn't hear any moans and groans yesterday when the subs were made. Usually someone's moaning about one of the substitutions, but nothing last night.
No, I think they were all sort of semi-expected, maybe, with maybe the exception of perhaps when Diamond came off. But again, he ran his socks off. So I didn't hear any moans anyway. Definitely not.
And I don't think I think we could have brought one of us on, to be honest, mate, because I don't think they could still be playing now, Port Vale, and I don't think they'd have scored another solid. I mean, I'd stop short of saying it was a brilliant performance from Ben because he didn't really have a save to make, but in terms of that sort of untold work that people don't tend to mention with goalkeepers, but the confidence the defence have. There was one where he came out and headed it clear when they could have been in on goal.
Yep.
And it's just, we genuinely feel... I saw a stat before, I think 9 years yesterday, we drew with Nuneaton and we were mid-table National League North. And then last night we go top of League One. And Ben Hinchliffe was in goal for both of them.
Yeah. It's just the assurance he gives the back four, isn't it? And I suppose the supporters. But he's great, isn't he, Ben? What can you say about him? You know, he's even his kicking was probably his weaker point at one point, but he seems to have sort of nailed that 90% of the time now. So he's there. Sooner or later, we are obviously going to have to bring in a younger model, but he's fought off for the last 3 or 4 seasons different younger models that have come, and we've always gone back to old Mr. Reliable.
Yeah, absolutely. Every single time. I think the only one who actually did properly unseat him was Jaros, and then he got injured, so then couldn't get back in. So it's a real mark of how well we're doing at the moment. The fact that... So do you think we are now on one of those classic Charlie runs? Do you think this is it now?
I think if we weren't already top, then I would have liked to have thought so. Being top is a different kettle of fish, isn't it? I mean, when we've gone on these runs before, we've always been sort of aiming to go top. I suppose, well, there was, 1 year we were through top with Wrexham, weren't we? So, why not? Yeah, we're going to go on a mad run now. It's 20 game unbeaten, and we'll be celebrating winning the league come end of Feb. Yeah,
I'll go end of January. I'll go early. We'll get a draw at Cardiff mid-February, and that'll nearly take us over the edge. Yeah, it genuinely does. I'm kind of stopping. It's very much whisper it quietly territory at the moment. But every time, I don't want to show off or anything. But every time I've got that around October, November time, I'll be like, right, we're going up this season. And every time I've said that, I've been right. Now this time last season, I said we'd lose in the playoffs. I was right then as well. So it's looking good. I'd put your money... Well, don't put your money on, because there's no value in it now, because the bookies are starting to catch on to it.
That's it. I mean, Well, it is just so tight, isn't it? I mean, I suppose we're looking at it slightly with rose-tinted glasses on. As I'm sure most other fans of the top 10 are. Any one of them could go on a mazy run and take it, but yeah, we'd like to see that County can go up, and I think the whole infrastructure's built that way now that we're ready to go up into the Championship. I don't mean it as a grand scale there, the infrastructure, because obviously the stadium and that, but
yeah,
that's all in the back burner, ready to be done for when we go up, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. It does. You do get the. I'm trying not to think about what happens when we get there, because obviously you look at Wrexham having burnt through about 40 million, and they're just keeping their heads above water. Yeah. So there's going to be some eye-watering sums involved, but at the same time there'll probably be eye-watering sums incoming in the term of investment as well. So these things do tend to balance themselves out. There's stuff in place for. I still can't get over how enlightening the Stop podcast with McAnthony was the other week.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I've gone back about 3 or 4 times and listened.
I've listened to it twice, and all of them. Darren McAnthony as well surprised me. I didn't know him, didn't know anything of him. I've heard Hannah mention him a couple of times.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I'd ever had any sort of feelings with him. So but I thought how nice it was for someone who owns a football club to come out and say exactly like it is. Yeah. And then obviously Mark Stock came on and he did very similar in perhaps not so many swear words, but he was very open, very honest, and laid the stall out of where he wants to be for the next few years now.
Yeah, I mean we're genuinely at the point now where that's what makes me feel like we have started on one of those runs now, because every week we can quite easily just come on here and just reel off name. It's like that meme that blokes can just sit around naming old footballers and have the best time. Like we could literally just sit here just naming not even just playing staff but non-playing as well, as you just done there, and we could just quite happily just go, yeah, they've been great. There's just nothing to, aside from the obvious players who aren't involved because they've not been good enough. It's just, yeah, it's actually really, really staggering. That last night had the feel of one of those big away days that we've had in the past. So, going back to like Peterborough 2008 under Jim, the ones towards the end of the National League North season, like winning 5 and 6-0 away, it just felt like one of them, similar to Notts County 18 months or so ago. Port Vale, I mean, I've not been there for about. It was last time we were in the Football League. Last time I went to Vale Park. It blows me because that's genuinely. I mean, it looks a bit tatty. That's a good old proper ground. That is, and the atmosphere before the game. They actually make an effort to build the atmosphere, but the fans aren't getting on board for obvious reasons.
No, it's the first time I've been to Vale Park. To be quite honest with you, I was expecting it to be an absolute dump, and it wasn't too bad. To be quite honest with you, in the inside, it looked all right. It was a fairly biggish ground. I don't know how many it holds. God only knows. I don't know anything about that, but.
It's about 20,000, I think. Or
yeah,
close
it's
to,
a fairly decent sized ground, and it was quite nice, really. Apart from the toilets. But,
yeah. Well, yeah. Less said about it, the better. Yeah, you do just feel like if someone did properly get hold of them and they started pushing up towards the top end of League One, that could be properly rocking that place. But I think there's a bit of for a club that got promoted less than 6 months ago. They're very apathetic at the moment. It's turned around very quickly for them.
Not happy now with Darren Moore, are they? So,
but apparently, because I didn't realise that they appointed him last time they were in League One and they got relegated under him. But they saw enough to keep him. Got him promoted last season and then has just reverted. But it seemed as though they didn't particularly like him when he was getting them promoted either. They just didn't like the style of football. But you can forgive that when you're winning. If you're not getting the results.
That's it. When it's not going too well, it's not quite as easy to show your feelings, is it? I suppose.
Yeah, they're bottom of the table for chances converted as well, percentage of chances converted, which I could have told you just from watching last night. I mean, I didn't need anyone to text in with that stat.
Yeah, it was not great.
On to the second goal actually last night. Again, Jack Diamond absolutely shitting them up.
Yeah.
And I mean, the definition of a collector's item, Kyle Wotton scoring from outside the box.
What a turn and a little ping into the bottom corner, yeah. I mean, don't get many of them, does he?
No.
Although I did a Charlie's interview where he said they've been working on him doing releasing the ball first time, having some more first time shots and things, and again, he does his job very, very well, battling up there, scoring usually with his head, and that just goes to show he's got other parts of his game. It's a lovely little turn and a lovely finish.
Yeah, I think what I wish I'd done from the start of the season on my weekly message board reads of the club we've played, I should have made a note of how many times each our players are mentioned. But Norwood, Diamond, and Wotton is the other one. Going back to start of last season, other League One clubs, Wotton is the one they pick out that they'd like to sign. It's nice to see him finally being appreciated by most. I've not seen anyone slagging him off recently. It's been great. Don't know what to do
for a
myself.
while. I mean, people used to slag him off because he didn't score as many as they'd have liked or whatever. But you only have to be able to watch the game to see what he brings to the side. You know what I mean? And the work he puts in, holding the ball up, winning the ball in the air. He's class. It's good to watch. I mean, ideally for me, I'd like a little pacey man up there with him for him to knock on.
Same.
But that's not the way Charlie tends to play it, and that's that's what he gets paid the big money for and gets the top of the league for. So who am I to say?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there is a pacey player who will be probably available in January who has been mentioned. We're not mentioning, that's the last mention of him until there's more information, because this could drag on, and I don't want to fall into the trap of the Facebook people, because I'm sure as a moderator on the county Facebook group, it's going to get to the point where you might have to get an extra moderator on just to reject all the Louis Barry posts, because as December kind of comes closer, that's going to be it now. Yeah, that's exciting. That's good. The third goal then, for all the talk of Jack Diamond and his lack of end products, not just the end product, but the sheer tenacity and the work he put in. That defender, Jesse Deborah for Port Vale, I was astounded to find he's in the Football League. I don't know how that has happened, because when we used to come up against him for, I think it was Halifax he was at in non-league, he was terrible. Even when Halifax beat us, he was terrible. Genuinely, him and that Santos at Bolton are two footballers that I'm not convinced they've ever had a good game. They just always look shit. And if I was Darren Moore and a player of that size had got bullied by Jack Diamond,
Absolutely.
He wouldn't be playing for me again.
How, if any of our, three centre halves have been bullied by even a bigger guy like that, someone with a bit of size and oomph about him, you'd be annoyed. But when you're that size, to have little Jack Diamond come to the side of you, shove you off the ball, take it off you, and pop it in, wow. I mean, you won't be happy at all. You won't be happy. But great for him again. Great work. Showed it all game. Deserved his goal. Yeah,
absolutely. Great finish. Like really, really good, cool, calm, composed finish. Which I would have liked to have seen from Benno in the last minute, but we'll get to that very shortly, because there's a very annoying story attached to that. So another one of the talking points that I noticed amongst not just Vale fans but other opposition fans, not just this season, but generally when we're on a run of winning games, they will always say that we've bullied them off the pitch. And not in the sense that we've kicked them off the pitch, but in that we've just been faster, more physical, stronger. Now, something that always surprises me when I see opposition fans saying it, because I always think we've been shit at it, playing the referee. Now, last night, if I'd been a Port Vale fan, I would have genuinely been miffed with that referee, because it felt like every foul that could have gone either way went our way, and then there was a definite flashpoint that's contentious.
I mean, it's not contentious when you watch it back. I mean, I don't know.
I can't believe there's actually a debate around it. There's pages and pages on the message boards about it. I'm like, no, surely he punches him.
He just goes to run past him and just smashes him in the jaw or the eye or whatever he knows, just blowing and all sorts. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where it had come from, to be quite honest with you. Whether he said something to him or whatever. Although the game carried on for a little bit once it had happened. Watching it live, it looked like it was just a bit of a coming together, and then the ref pulled it back, and we were like, "What's going on?" And then he's booking him. We're like, "Well, why is he booking him? There's nothing wrong with it." But yeah, watching it again, clearly was very lucky not to get a red card, really, for a clear punch to the face.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it in my life. It was just, but that goes hand in hand with what the Port Vale fans were saying about the lack of fight and how we bullied them, because not one of their players was getting on the referee's back about it. It was quite clear what had happened there.
Yeah.
And even the referee's not going to change his mind, but you still get on his back. There was just nothing. Even the player it had happened to, they were just defeated.
Yeah.
But that was one. If that had been the other way, we'd be demanding another apology letter off the FA, the lot, and we're fairly certain from reading the rules that he cannot be done for it. Cause there was a suggestion it might have, if it was a linesman that saw it and not the ref, then there was a suggestion that they could go back and suspend him, but I'm not sure that's the case. So it'd just be a case of waiting, really, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how the rules work. As far as I'm aware, once the ref's booked him, he knows what's happened. He's happy with that decision.
It seems to be that way. Yeah.
I'm sure. If they can do something about it, I'm sure they will. But I suppose only time will tell on that. Who knows?
Yeah, I think we should be alright. That'd be just our luck, though, to finally get him scoring, start getting the best out of him, start trying to work out how he wants to play, and then bang, he could be out for. Yeah. But no, I think he should be alright. Second half was very much. I wouldn't say it was more of what we saw earlier in the season, because we didn't look like giving up any chances in particular. I think there was one scramble that they had where. From where I was stood, Callum Connolly seemed to do the John Terry thing of just putting his head down right in front of it with his hands behind his back, which is always a pleasure to see.
Yeah, I mean, second half, it was... I mean, you'd hate to sort of say it, but it was the game was won by that point. Yeah. I think everyone knew they had no fight left to come back at them, and... albeit I'm sure they would have loved to push on, get more goals. We should have had another goal at least, as you alluded to earlier. But it was job done, and I suppose in the past, we have sort of maybe gone one up and sat back, and teams have just compounded us and come straight at us, and we'd give up the ghost, if you like. But no, there was none of that. We still played some decent football. It wasn't classical stuff, but we'd done enough at that point in my eyes, and didn't concede, and that's what we wanted. The
clean sheet was a big one for me. I think I always get a bit miffed when we run out comfortable winners, but then don't keep a clean sheet late on. It always gets me a bit. That I know it doesn't matter that much in the grand scheme of things, but it does rankle with me. So that was really nice last night.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for obviously for Ben and for the back four. Well, 5 or however many he's playing at the back. That's their duty in it at the end of the day. So, while we've gone ahead and scored the goals, it's up to them to not concede, and they haven't for now a couple of games, is it? I think. I think Ben's already kept more clean sheets in the last 5 games than we'd kept previously in the whole of the season. So it's certainly going in the right direction that way. Talking of going in the right direction, Benno went in the right direction towards goal in the last minute. Some of us got giddy and had a few bets yesterday. I had Sky Bet were doing a little special. Kyle Wotton to score any time, 3-1. So I had the maximum tenner on that. Lovely stuff. Ollie Norwood to score or assist was 5-2. So I had 20 quid on that. So imagine, the main bet, I had 9 quid on County to win both halves at 9-1. So first half done, no problem. Didn't offer me a cash out at any point, which I wasn't happy about. So imagine
my joy when I see Benno running through on goal with Ollie Norwood with him.
No one next to him, yeah.
Primed for the ball to be rolled to him. And then there was the final touch that Benno took. He's like, no, he's lost this. He's lost this. Oh, I was nearly in tears, genuinely.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could see he should have played it to the side, but, you know, you want your striker to be greedy. You want them to be, you know, assertive and confidence in their own ability to put the ball in the back of the net. You know, Benno needs a goal for us. He seems to score regularly when he goes away on these international duties. You know, if we can get him scoring as well as Lowe, that's great. It
does feel like it's coming now, though. It feels so close.
Yeah. I'd like to think, had it have been 0-0 in the last minute, he would have rolled the ball to Norwood to put in the back of the net.
Yeah, you know so, yeah.
But, you know, who knows? That's hindsight, isn't it? It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. But, I mean, even though Benno's not scoring, there's a noticeable improvement in his all-round play from last year. And it's been the same with Lowe as well, to be fair. You can tell that spending time training with Kyle Wotton has really helped them both in terms of the physicality. Really glad that... Because it's not just about what these experienced players we've got. It's not just about what they're doing on the pitch. Because we are going towards a more youth-based approach. There's going to be a lot more younger players who aren't the finished articles. So to have a player like that, and not just in terms of his ability and what he does, though, but his temperament, for him to be grabbed and pushed and pulled and everything every week. And I don't think he's even... I think maybe once or twice he's been given a yellow card for retaliating slightly, having a bit of a push and shove, but that's been it. For him to have that record, because I'd lose it within 2 minutes, mate. That's why I can't go playing 11 aside anymore, because it just get me too wound up. Yeah,
you're right. And Lowe alluded to that again in his one of his interviews, didn't he? That he's learning all the time off Kyle Wotton.
Yeah.
He's what a player to be learning off. But you're right, both him and Benno seem to have sort of got a bit more to the game and learning to play, obviously, off Wotton and with him. And it's they're looking good.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. There's just no negatives whatsoever. It's like it's genuinely really annoying. Is there anything? Big shout out to Burslem Cricket Club where we parked last night, because the lineup that they had of beers was phenomenal. So the first tap I saw was Camden Stout, Camden Hell's Lager, and Camden IPA, and San Miguel and Stella. That's a strong back five to start with. And then the other one you had Boddingtons on there, some sort of strong continental lager, Copperberg cider. No Guinness, that was the only thing. But it's plastic pots anyway, so I'm not going to be having a Guinness in a plastic pot. So that was fine. But yeah, it's a really strong lineup. I was very, very impressed with that. Was not as impressed by the fact that the away ground guide on the website said it was a 10 to 15 minute walk. I can confirm it was not a 10 to 15 minute walk. It's all right on the way there. It was downhill, and someone pulled over and gave us a lift on the way there. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm glad it drove. And if it was a lot longer than the 10 to 15 minutes stated, but you always know that we say 10 to 15 minutes. That's minimum 20, 25, isn't it?
Well, I think I could have done it in 10 to 15 with the long legs. It's like 3 steps for me. I could have done it quicker. But when you're walking with other people, they don't like it when you leave them behind. Tell you what, I have never seen as many vape shops in my life as I saw last night.
Yeah, classy little joint round there, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It would have been the National League North, but there was an away game we went to, and we had to stop off in Stoke for about 2.5 hours waiting for a train. And we left Stoke Station. Now you leave Stockport Station, you've got a pub within a minute or two. Either way. Manchester Piccadilly, you've got stuff. You go to all these other cities, as soon as you leave the station, there's somewhere to go. Yeah. It was weird, Stoke. It was so... There was just nothing. There was nothing anywhere near the station. Nowhere to drink. It was just very weird. And then people with weird accents that... It's not Brummie. It's not Yorkshire. It's something. It's, very strange. Very peculiar.
My granddad and step-granddad my granddad was from Crewe and step-granddad was from Hanley near Stoke.
Hanley, yes. noticed that on the signs yesterday. I've learnt a lot of new places. But there is also a Cheadle near there as well.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, the Newcastle.
Yes. Yeah, Newcastle. Yeah, because when we used to come back from holidays when I was a kid, we'd always drive past Cheadle, and I'd always go, "Oh, look, we're nearly home!" And then everyone in the car would die a bit inside because I've done it every year, and just don't do that joke. I don't go on holiday anymore, just in case I have to make that joke and ruin everyone's holiday. Anything else on Port Vale before we move on to the FA Cup?
Well, I mean, personally, no, but Hannah has sent me a 120-page PDF of stat bomb stuff, and then a sentence from ChatGPT summing it all up. So, I mean, I'm happy to move along, or I can read the sentence out from ChatGPT.
I'll get. Yes, read the sentence off ChatGPT, please.
Okay, Stockport effectively killed the game within the first half hour, converting their key early chances and controlling the tempo thereafter. The second half was more measured, with Stockport maintaining structure and possession while creating additional half chances and counter-attacks. Notably, a 94th minute fast break by Andreasen and Norwood.
Oh, thanks for reminding me of that. God almighty. Excellent. Is that Hannah's still here, like running things? Like, just pulling the strings. She's not popped up in the comments this week. She did last week. She must have trusted you. Yeah, I think it's Philbin she did trust.
She wasn't sure she'd be able to get on because of where she was, which is a place I'd never even heard of when she told me. So I was like, oh, okay, no, fair enough.
Yeah, if it weren't for Pointless, I wouldn't have heard of it either. Thanks, Richard Osman. Right, we will get on to Tranmere after this. So just to link it slightly to last night, I found myself getting very annoyed several times. We moved once just to get away from annoying people and ended up next to more annoying people. So there was several loud choruses of Hinchliffe in the middle of our goal. It's been 9 years. It's Hinchliffe, and it's not just like a minority of people singing Hinchliffe. There's a lot of people doing it. Not as annoying as the fella behind me who every time we played 3 passes, he'd go, "Ooh, sexy football!" every single time. But the most annoying thing I heard was I was talking to someone who sat in front of me on the way out, and he said, "Right, let's just lose at Tranmere on Saturday, concentrate on the league for the rest of the season." Not only is it a cup that brings an opportunity for money and progression and national exposure, it's the FA Cup that offers all of the above. And even if we were to get knocked out this Saturday, it's entirely possible that we'll end up having a free weekend in November if we're meant to be against someone who's... It's just... We might as well go for the first 2 rounds at the very least.
Yeah,
but people just don't seem to realise that all our best... When we've had a great season, there's always been a cup run around it. Exactly. And people just don't seem to get it by now, that it matters.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, it gives you a chance to, albeit we have got quite a few injuries, but play a few of the squad players, giving them a run out. I'm sure it wouldn't surprise me if Adai doesn't start in net on Saturday. It wouldn't surprise me if, Dodgson gets minutes. And all the others getting the minutes that they need for these games. But yeah, you want a decent cup run, surely. Counties, in the past had some absolute mega cup runs, haven't they? That's part of the folklore. Like you say, 3rd round at least. Let's go to a decent Premier League ground we've never been to before. I don't mind going to Everton's ground. We'll go there. If we win, if we lose, then we've had a piss up at a Premier League ground. Who cares? That's it. Just a day out and a piss up. It's not too much to ask for, is it? Like, no.
They should have, like, when they do the draw for the 3rd round, they should have like an extra ball that's like it's like the wild card. It's like the Joker, and whoever gets drawn against that, you can choose where you want to go for your piss up. You can be like, oh, we'll have Newcastle away, please. Make it a 5:30 kickoff so we can get more time on the beer.
Well, I mean, it's a great idea, Nick. I can't see it taking off, if I'm being perfectly honest.
None of mine ever do.
But yeah, I mean, the last big cup game was Crystal Palace, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
You know, I loved that. You know, I flew down to Crystal Palace, flew to Heathrow.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
And yeah, went out there, stayed a couple of nights down there. Mega, yeah, getting drunk. You know, all right, Croydon's not the best of places to go out in a night out, but I had a great time.
Yeah, that's the main thing. That's what you want from cup draws for me. I want to play teams we don't normally play. I want to go places we don't normally. So it's going to be very annoying when we get like Cardiff away after we.
It'll be Wigan in round 2, won't it? Let's face it. You know.
Well, yeah, it seems to be and it'll quite possibly be the same week that. When have we got the Wigan game's coming up, isn't it, in the trophy?
Soon. Yeah, soon.
Yeah, so we might end up playing them twice in 1 week. I can confirm, by the way, we are still top of the league.
Nice.
Yeah, and Cardiff are leading at Wrexham as well in the cup for anyone who's that's currently on ITV for anyone who's got nothing else to do with their evening when we go off in about 10 minutes.
Well, there you go. So I have got a question I can ask you, Nick. So
I hear.
Previously mentioned Kate and Emma, who you know, sort of have to shout out if I'm using this. They a few weeks ago did a ChatGPT Would You Rather, and they're based on Dave Challoner and Jim Gannon. So I thought I'd give you a couple of them just to see what you'd do. So are you ready for the first?
Of course, mate. Let's go.
Would you rather have Dave Challoner plan your birthday party, complete with long throw competitions, or have Jim Gannon cancel it halfway through because someone didn't track back to the cake table?
I mean, I might be biased here, but I'm not really into birthday parties, so I'd have to go for Jim Gannon because then it'd get me out of it.
As soon as.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'll give you one more. Here we go. Would you rather have Dave Challoner throw a long throw-in at you every morning to wake you up, or have Jim Gannon give you a 45-minute tactical debrief before breakfast?
Oh, well, I have actually had a Jim Gannon tactical debrief before breakfast. So I'd quite happily have it every day. But I do think, given I've got a penchant for a bit of exercise recently, I think it'd be good for me to have. I think it'd be good for me psychologically to have him hurling a ball at me every morning. I think it'd stand me good. It'd stop me getting complacent, and I think, yeah, it'd just be a nice little warning that, you know, you're not quite where you want to be yet, Nick. Here's a 50-year-old man throwing a ball at you.
I think that'd have to be for me as well. It'd wake me up more than someone talking at me for 45 minutes before I've had breakfast. So
yeah,
definitely.
I did. This was back when Jim first came back for his third spell. I did a podcast with Gary Stockport in the Pineapple in Stockport, not Edgerley. And
say, did they have electric there now? Didn't they?
yeah. They're like a hamster in a wheel to power the laptop. And then Stockport got there and what have you. We started recording, and about 5 minutes in, his phone rings, and he said, "Oh, it's the gaffer." So he goes outside. We didn't see him for about an hour. He was just outside on the phone. He'd just finished training half an hour before, and obviously in the time between training finishing and Jim getting home, he thought, "Oh shit, I've got some more tactical stuff for Gaz." And then he's outside on the phone for about an hour. So just the gaffer with some bits and pieces for Saturday. He's like, bits and pieces, and the rest, mate, and the rest.
My word.
Go on. Have you got any more of those?
I have. I've just closed it, but I can give you another one if you want. Hang on.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I've got several. Let's have a look. Would you? I've not pre-read these, so you know. Would you rather have Dave Challoner as your PE teacher? Every lesson starts with a long throw competition, or Gannon as your maths teacher? Every problem involves Stockport County's 2007 promotion stats.
Oh, now, because what were the exact details of the first one again? Is there a long throw competition?
Yes.
No.
As your PE teacher doing a long throw competition.
I can't throw.
He's having him at his birthdays. He's having him at his
every event. So how has he still got a family? Just every event, he's just like this. I think I would have
get the balls out. The long throw competition. It's like, Dad, it's tea time. Longest throw wins. Give me the ball.
I think I would have to go for the maths lesson just because I can't throw or catch. So I'd get laughed at by all the bigger boys.
Fair enough. Do you want one more?
Yes, please.
Right, let's just pick another random one. Surprisingly, you'll be surprised to hear this one. Would you rather have Challoner launch your Christmas presents into the living room by a long throw? Even Christmas, he doesn't even stop at Christmas time, the lad. Or have Gannon analyse your family's dinner formation and criticise the gravy's positioning? It's
going to be after... Because I already do what Jim does. I'm already doing that. If I get served a roast dinner, I've got the clipboard out straight away anyway. So it's going to have to be Dave Challoner.
You're having a long throw competition this time, are you?
Yeah, lobbing the presents about. Yeah,
you're just getting them launched at you from somewhere.
It's very important to me that there's no competitive element
it's not
implied.
a competition. It's not a competition. Yeah. It's chilled out a bit with it being Christmas Day.
Yeah, that's nice of him. Yeah,
he's saving the competitive edge for Monopoly later on.
Yeah.
We're just going to have a friendly, fun long throw on this one.
But you know, he'll say that in advance to get you involved, and then when you get there, it'll just be the normal long throw competition, but he's got a Santa hat on.
Yeah, that's it. That'll be a Christmas sack.
Yeah. Oh, that is right. We're bringing that back. That's having a jingle and everything. Talking of jingles, it's a feature that was missing, presumed dead, but has been resurrected in recent weeks, and it's one of your favourites. So here it is.
County Facebook group post of the week.
Best jingle in podcasting history. Great, isn't it?
Love it. Absolutely love it.
I can't. Thank you, AI. So usually when I get sent these unapproved posts, often they will be people's songs that they've made up, and it's always really annoying because they'll say, I think I said it the other week, if you've got to say what the tune is, then the song isn't any good already, so rule that out. Luckily this song has been submitted without any stipulation of what the tune should be. So I don't have to try and sing it. So I can just read the words out.
I hope this is the one that I posted.
No, it's not. It was posted. It was posted anonymously, but I can give you the name of the person who posted it. Today. Who was your song for, Dan?
Joseph Oluwu.
No, you're all right. We've got the Oluwu one anyway, because it should be Voulez-Vous by ABBA.
Oh no, mine's Oluwu, baby, and if it's quite alright.
Okay, that fits. Yeah, it's better than this anyway.
Come on, let's hear it.
And the thing is, you could have written that down, and I've guessed what tune it was to.
Yeah,
that's a good start.
And to be fair, some people said, "Oh yeah, it's catchy," and other people don't give it your day job. And then someone, as a comment on my song that I was dead proud of, commented another Oluwu song that sounded a bit even better, and I was just like, "Oh well."
Oh, I hate it when people do that. There's a separate post. So the person who's attempted to anonymously post this, they've already got arsey before they've even... Because normally people will post a song thinking it's great, and then people will weigh in the comments saying, well, that's shit, you should just die, and whatever else they say. But in this case, he's come straight out swinging. Yeah. 3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks. Oh, God. Right. New song for Brad Hills if it's not been used already. Posting anonymously because there's boring twats in our fan base who just like to stick to 2 songs. So you're already not endearing yourself to your audience.
Already,
yeah. So I have tried to work out what song this is to the tune of. Can't do it, so I'm just going to read the lyrics out.
Did not say what's the tune?
Not said what's the tune.
Oh, let's see if I can work it out.
I can hear him crying in Norwich. Bradley Hills, he's here to win. One chat with Charlie and he said, wow, fuck off City, I'm a Hatter now. Nah. So... it's a thing that happened, quite clearly.
I think Mayalou chance got more chance of getting to number one than that ever being sang at Edgley Park, but...
Yeah.
You know...
Genuinely, if you're the person who submitted that, please drop us an anonymous message and just let us know what song that's to the tune of, because it might be genius.
Yeah, we need to know the tune to so we know what it's about. But no,
Yeah.
I mean, fair play to people putting. I mean, maybe not that one, but you know, it's nice to have people coming up with these things. But I've not heard one for a long time that I've seen someone post on there, then it get taken up and ran with. So.
The thing is, I'm so used to them being terrible that even when I do see what would probably normally be a good one, I'm like, that's shit!
Yeah.
That's absolute... Have you even been to a football match before? That's all, even when they're good. So I think I've just been conditioned now. They've really ruined it for me. Right, before we wrap up then, if you had to pick one little thing that was really, 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 really annoying you about County at the moment, what would you go for? Not even necessarily annoying you, just like a minor irritation.
I mean, this is more of a personal one. As you know, I sit in the main stand because I have hospitality tickets, don't you know? And you know, I feel like you can't really chant. There is no real chanting there, but you also don't really get to hear the chanting from the Cheadle end. It seems to have gone a lot quieter. You can't hear the chanting over the yellow block say they do. I'm sure they do. I mean, Anna can vouch for that. But I just can't hear it over there. I mean, I've not got the best of hearing as it is anyway. But, you know, a lack of... There just sometimes seems a bit of a lack of atmosphere at the moment. Hopefully now we're top of the league, this will be... something that's going to be worked on. I'm sure there's people chanting, people who perhaps sit in the Cheadle may watch this and scream that, oh, you're wrong. Maybe I am. I just can't hear it from where I'm sitting. Yeah,
I mean, I sit like a variety of different places every week, and there's never been anywhere, like, even when I'm like normally lower tier 6 in the Cheadle end, and it's audible, but not massively. So there's no way it's carrying any further. I think it's just one of those things that any club on the up has had to deal with last few years, and I know it's certainly been a problem at United for about 30 odd years, and at City over the last 5 or 6. It's just, for a lot of people, it's just entertainment in the same way that the cinema is now. When the fan base gets diluted with that, maybe people won't be as likely to think. I don't know. I do think there's probably things that can be done, but all the different groups will differ on what needs to be done. There'll be people who'll say, well, maybe the singers should sit lower down. And they're like, well, no, because we've always sat up at the top. So, yeah, and there's always going to be someone annoyed as well. If you're sat down near the bottom and all the singers stood up, then... Is there still drum wars? Is that going on still, or has that been... It feels like there's constant drum wars, yeah. It feels like 90% of the atmosphere discourse is dominated by drum wars, and it's just I think a drum does have its place, but I don't think it needs to be over absolutely everything. And can we stop singing the scarf so fast as well, please? Because I nearly had a coronary last night. Just really like a race to the end. I was like, Christ. Oh God. Right, I think it's just about time to wrap it up there. So next week we will be back at the normal time of 8 PM on Sunday. It's the last one without Hannah. Let's see what she's got ready. I think she's gone through my list of least liked people. I think she's given me 2 people that I like, and then God knows what it's going to be on Sunday. It's going to be. She's going to have me. She's going to have me live from the Chestergate on Sunday night or something. That's what it'll be. She'll have me doing it in there. But we are ending the show still top of the league, which answers the question that I asked in the comments at the start, which is very good. Dan, thank you so much for joining me, mate. It's always a pleasure.
I'll say thank you for having me, but you had no choice. But yeah, cheers.
No, but But I would have chosen to have you. If Hannah had presented me with a list, I'd have gone yes.
Yeah,
Maybe not the one from last week, but I'll have Dan. Yeah. So Philbin's on his holiday. He's not going to watch this. He's busy. He's busy arguing with people on WhatsApp on his holiday with his family. No, it's been a real pleasure, Dan. It always is, and we'll see you soon, no doubt. And you can be the one to say goodbye to all the nice listeners.
Thank you, anyone who's listened, for tuning in, and goodbye. Come on, County, top of the league.
Top of the league still for... Hold out for another 20 minutes, Lincoln, and it might all be all right. See you, everyone.